Hello, hello, hello. Hi, I am back. It's been a long time running from here. I don't know if that's the right um I don't know if that's the right lyrics, I might have botched that. I might have botched that, so I'm just gonna leave that. But that was from Star Trek. If you ever watched Star Trek Enterprise, you know. If you ain't watched it, sorry. Okay, so today I just wanted to talk about I don't know. I wanted to talk about feeling behind, feeling lost in life. And a lot of us are feeling like we are behind and we are feeling like we're not where we're supposed to be. And I guess that's because there's just a lot of stuff going on the planet. When I think about the sheer amount of things that are happening on this planet, sometimes I get a massive headache just thinking about all the things that people are doing all at once. And I just feel like I'm entering an existential crisis just thinking about all the things that people are doing all at the same time. It's incredible. And I begin to realize that no wonder people get so overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed a lot of the time, at times, when I think about all the things that society says we should have and we should be doing. You know, you should have money at a certain age, you should be somewhat established. Especially as a woman, there is this pressure to be a mother, to be a wife, or at least to be coupled up with someone. And then on top of that, there's also the pressure now, obviously, that, you don't just have to be a mother and a wife. Now you can be a career woman and you can be a businesswoman and you can be a girl boss and a boss babe and a boss whatever and a bossa nova and all of that. So there is so much that, everyone says you should be doing. And there is this defined boxes that a lot of us feel that we should tick. And if you're not at that stage by that time, it does feel like you're behind. And I think what a lot of us need to realize is that it's actually okay to be behind. But a lot of the time, it's not that you're behind, it's just that people have a lot of expectations in general. Like, I'm just realizing that now, that people just have a lot of expectations of human beings in general. And I think it has always been that way. And with the rise of social media and the internet, and I mean, there are so many different type of social media platforms that I honestly, when I think about it, it's mind-boggling that we actually haven't got like a whole social media restaurant online, like just a whole vending machine of social media um platforms. Because you've got Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Snapchat, you've got Instagram, you've got Be Real, which is like supposed to be this brand new social media platform where it encourages you to be a bit more authentic. So it takes pictures of you in real time. And then we've also got WhatsApp. We had like the really old ones, MSN, Bebo, Vine, all of those. And there are still more social media platforms being developed as we speak. And it's a lot. It can be a lot, to everyone's on social media, and it can be really difficult because you're seeing everybody what they're doing now. Before, when social media wasn't here, you just saw your neighbors, and if you saw them, you saw them. If you didn't, bye. You'd be like, hi, Kath, hi, Kath, what's up? It's all right. Just had had a nice chips and, had my chips for the evening. I just had a glass of wine, something like that. And you'd go back to your house and you'd be like, oh, thank God I don't have to see Kath for another like 2 days, you know? And now it's just like you're seeing Kath all over social media. You're seeing what Kat gets up to. You're seeing what Kat eats. You're seeing how Kat shit. Let me not get myself, let me not get myself, let me not have the YouTube gods on me. But you're seeing Kat, you're seeing everything Kat does apart from Kat's bodily functions. So it can be overwhelming because now you're being bombarded with everybody's journey. And it can become very distracting because you are no longer focusing on your journey. But also, a lot of us are really hyperproductive and we're still not getting the results that we want. We are living in a extremely productive world. There has never been a time, like since the Industrial Revolution, where we are more productive than we are now. I mean, we are working from home. We are working from the sky. We are working from out of the planet. we are working. we are working everywhere. The only thing that remains for us is just to work in a different galaxy at this point. So it's like everyone is completely hyper productive and a lot of us are still not getting the results that we want. So it can be demoralizing as well because you're doing everything that they said you should. You're going to school, you're studying, you're getting good grades, you're trying your best to meet somebody, you're taking care of yourself, you're putting yourself out there. And a lot of us are still not meeting the partners that we want, still not meeting the connections and the friendships that we want, still not getting the careers or the opportunities that we want, and it can become demoralizing, especially in a world where productivity is valued so highly. And in a world where not doing these things and not ticking these boxes can tend to be seen as a failure of some sort, or it tends to come back on, well, why can't you do this? This other person is able to do this. So why can't you do this? What makes you different that you can't do this? And I think it's also the fact that there are now so many choices that if you're not achieving something, it's almost seen as if it's your fault because you now have so many choices. So you should be able to achieve this thing, even if this thing is incredibly difficult. And even if there are barriers to you achieving a certain milestone, because we have so many choices in this day and age now, it does tend to feel almost like a lot of us feel we are, it's almost like there's a scarlet letter on you. If you're not at a certain age, let's say you're still living at your parents' house at 30 plus, that can also be seen as a negative connotation. There are so many things. Society is so rigid in the expectations of an adult. And nobody even talks about just how difficult it is just to be an adult. It's hard, actually, I feel the best years of your life are probably the youngest years and the oldest years. I feel the middle part of your life is extremely difficult because there are just so many things you're supposed to be doing and nobody gives you any slack anymore. Nobody cuts you any slack, because we're living in a world where there are so many opportunities and choices. So you should have it together. You should know what you're doing. And I feel that is kind of wrong. It's kind of rigid and it doesn't allow for all the things that we experience that shape us and make us who we are. I know personally for me, that approaching as I'm 26 now, and there's so many things that I'm thinking about. There's so many things that I'm thinking that I want to do. And sometimes it becomes overwhelming because you're thinking, oh my God, you have all these plans. How are they going to come to fruition? How are you going to make them reality? And a lot of us struggle with turning what we want into reality, whether that be a relationship, a happy relationship, a marriage, happy family, children, a good career, maybe an opportunity in entertainment or becoming an actress or a singer or a musician. When you think about how many people want to be an actress or musician and how many people are actually actresses and musicians, it's overwhelming when you think about it. And that just goes to show you, that, and not even just that, not even just actresses and musicians, even bankers and doctors. There are so many people that want to become doctors that will not be able to become doctors. And there's so many people that want to become bankers that will not be able to become bankers. There's just so many reasons why someone won't be able to be where they want to be. And I think it's perfectly okay if you are behind societally. That doesn't necessarily mean you are behind. It just means according to society standards, you are behind. And that may not actually be a bad thing. I think in this life, because we are in such a hyper-productive time, a lot of us don't take time to really just breathe and just exist. Everyone's rushing to work. You can't even stop and ask someone the time these days because they're rushing God knows where. Everyone's in a car speeding on the way to work or to pick up the kids or this. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got stuff. Everyone's moving, doing, up and about. And it can be exhausting being surrounded by all that movement and all that energy and all that chaos. And a lot of us just do not have time to just think and just exist and just be. And I think that makes a lot of us unhappy when we're constantly thinking about the things we have to do, the things we want to do, why we haven't got to where we've gotten yet. We lose the joy of being in the moment and the joy of just processing our own lives and processing our existences and processing ourselves and just being calm and just taking a deep breath and just letting it all wash over you. And we don't get to enjoy that, and it's difficult because, like I said, literally being an adult, everyone expects you to, know certain things and be doing certain things. And if you're not doing it, well, then what the hell have you been doing? And that can be difficult because not everyone grows up with the same amount of skills and the same amount of, information and knowledge and attention and care and love, really. So we're all starting from different blocks. And I think it's one of the things I will say is stop comparing yourself to other people. It's really, really important that you stop comparing yourself to other people because you really don't know where that person is starting from. You could be starting from somewhere really difficult and the person could be starting from somewhere a little bit easier. And maybe that's why they are where they are. But it's got actually nothing to do with what you're doing. Them being where they are doesn't have anything to do with what you are doing. What you are doing is what you are doing. And where you have come from is where you have come from. You can't look at somebody else's journey and start comparing it to where you've come from because it's completely different. This is a completely different soul, completely different person, completely different set of circumstances, completely different people around them, completely different. Just everything is completely different. The DNA is different. The life is different. Everything is different. So all you can do is just think about where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going to. And honestly, that's it. You just have to focus on yourself and just try your best to just chill out and live in a moment, and try to understand that it's okay if you're not where you are. Everybody's time is different and everybody's life moves differently. Some people are getting married now. Some people are divorcing now as we speak. Some people are pregnant and having babies and some people are losing their babies. Sadly, some people are graduating from school and some people are just being born. Literally right now as we speak, some people's lives are ending and some people's lives haven't even been conceived yet. So there's just so much that's happening. At the end of the day, it can be very easy to feel like you're behind, especially as a woman. Society says that you should, get married, have children, but also be this amazing kick-ass career woman. And, you're supposed to satisfy your husband and, rock his world 20 times a day and then make him food and then go out and earn some money and then also take care of the children, wash their butts and their faces and make sure that their homework is done and their teacher-parent meetings are attended to. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure. And especially as a woman, there's this biological pressure as well, of finding someone that you want to be with who will actually be a good partner. And when women don't find the person that we want to be with and we end up procreating, we are blamed for finding the wrong person. And we are blamed for still following through with that pregnancy and keeping the child. Single mothers are demonized so much on the internet. So there is so much that happens and it's a lot to think about. But wait, hold on guys. It's cold. It's freezing. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, there's so much that happens and it just makes you think, that honestly we should all just relax and it's okay to be where you are. It's perfectly okay. You just need to understand that you are you and you can't be anyone else and you don't need to be anyone else. You should embrace your journey and just embrace it and see where it takes you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. Are you scared and are you feeling behind in life? Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Seriously, you will be fine. You will be 150% fine. Say it with me. You will be fine. Okay? Well, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. And yeah, it's been so nice speaking to you guys. I'm gonna upload the video at some point. I'm really getting used to like I've joined TikTok. I said I would never join TikTok, so this is like blasphemy, but I've joined TikTok. So I will link my TikTok channel down below and my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram right now. Okay? Well, guys, I've missed you. I really need to upload more. But like I keep saying, until I graduate, it's how it's gonna be. Okay, guys, so till next time. Bye.